What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Monday morning market data report. I am your co-host of the STR Investing podcast, Mark Lumpkin. And guys, we're mixing it up a little bit. Over the past about 12 weeks, we've broken down specific markets across the country and what the STR data looks like from a bedroom and home size count, and then what the occupancy and revenue will do based upon your bedroom count in those specific markets. This week, though, we're going to start a new little series where we talk about amenity-specific revenue in certain markets. So we're still going to be hyper-focused on specific markets, but we're going to talk through some of those top-performing amenities in that market and what they do for revenue in that market. This should be super interesting. This is going to be one of those episodes you want to share with friends, and really us opening up the hood and giving you guys all the nitty-gritty details. So when you combine the amenities that we're going to break down with the bedroom count, you're going to really have the recipe for success in some of these key markets. So without further ado, the first city that we're going to break down and that we're going to kick off this new series, this change of direction on the Monday Market Report, is Austin, Texas. We're going to start with one of my favorite amenities, which is a pickleball court. You guys, if you've been following us on social media, you know that we love posting about our crazy cool pickleball courts, the bright colors. But in Austin, Texas specifically, only 2% of top performing properties in Austin, Texas have pickleball courts. Now, obviously, that's a combination of several things, right? You got to have the space. It's got to be viable to put in there. You've got to be able to permit it. You've got to have enough extra space for your water runoff, things like that. So not every property is eligible to have a pickleball court, but the 2% of top performers that do have pickleball courts are earning on average $67,000 a year in a revenue increase over the properties that are their competitors that do not have pickleball courts. Now that's crazy, guys. If you go spend 30 grand on a pickleball court or 40 or whatever it ends up being, you're going to get your money back in half of a year in Austin, Texas. That's insane. We usually tell our clients, hey, if you can get your money back on this amenity in 24 months, it's a good investment. In Austin, Texas, if you got a top performer and you can crank a pickleball court, guys, you're going to get your money back in 6 months. So that's a really incredible amenity if you have the space and if it's viable to put it in there. The second amenity we're going to talk about is a hot tub. You only have hot tubs in 8% of top performers. That's very interesting considering you look at markets like Gatlinburg, Tennessee, or Broken Bow, Oklahoma, where 99% of top performing properties have hot tubs. In Austin, Texas, only 8% of top performers have hot tubs. And we see a revenue increase of $38,000 a year for those properties that have hot tubs versus ones that don't. The next is a swimming pool. It's a big investment. There's a lot of cost as far as maintaining these swimming pools, hot tubs as well, but swimming pools specifically. But we see that only 39% of top performers have in-ground swimming pools. They bring a revenue increase of $38,000 a year. So properties that are top performers that have swimming pools in Austin, Texas are making almost $40,000 versus ones that do not have. Could be a solid investment. I mean, in-ground swimming pools nowadays are oftentimes 6 figures, but that probably is in line with that 24-month runway of paying it back. So a swimming pool can be a great amenity if you have the space for it in Austin, Texas. The next one we're going to break down, guys, is game rooms. Only 16% of top performers in Austin, Texas have game rooms. We classify game room as a specific room that's well done, is dedicated, has at least a pool table, arcade games, and oftentimes other games. If you throw an arcade game in the corner of a bedroom and you have one arcade game, we're not going to classify that as a game room. You have to have a dedicated room that's decked out with games that people think of as a game room. We see those game rooms in those top 16% of top performers increase revenue by $32,000 a year. Huge boost in revenue by having a game room. Not very many people have it, only 16% of top performers. Movie theaters. This is really interesting. This is a lot like the pickleball court. Only 2% of top performing properties in Austin, Texas have movie theaters. These movie theaters are generating $31,000 in additional revenue over properties that do not have movie theaters. Fascinating. Could be a great amenity to have, especially with such a low percentage of people having those movie theaters. Remember, there's lots of ways to do movie theaters. You can do movie theater seats. You can do couches with raised stadium seating, so one behind the other sits a little higher. You can have a huge TV, which I recommend. I like those large TVs. They're easier for guests to turn on, turn off. Or you can have a projector. Projectors have that cool feel, but oftentimes they malfunction and they're harder for people to use if they're not used to them. I recommend just getting the biggest damn TV you can, but that's up to you guys to decide. The next amenity in Austin, Texas is going to be saunas. Like movie theaters and pickleball courts, a very small percentage of top performers have them. About 2% is what our data tells us, and they're going to increase revenue by $19,000 a year. So you have more people with hot tubs, bigger bump for hot tubs, but a sauna can be a nice addition to a hot tub. You can have them as a combo, or you can just have a sauna on its own, whether that's an indoor sauna in your gym or a barrel sauna outside. That depends on your property and what you want to do, but you can increase revenue by $19,000 a year by having a sauna. Fire pits. We have a decent number of top performers with fire pits. About 35% of top performers have fire pits. They're increasing revenue by $12,000 a year. The last and probably the least is going to be a home gym. About 11% of top performers have home gyms. Remember, we're not going to classify just a little bit of workout equipment in the corner as a home gym. You've got to have a dedicated space, have to have a nice setup, and have a lot of options for people to use. Stairmasters, Peloton bikes, treadmills, free weights, bench set. You got to have a nice home gym. And we're going to give you, according to our data, about a $8,500 a year bump in revenue for properties that have a good home gym setup over ones that do not. So that's what the data tells us, guys. Austin, Texas, amenities are really, really important. It's very interesting to see that a low percentage of top performing properties even have many of these amenities. Less than half all across the board. Some of the top amenities we recommend, less than 2% of people have those in Austin. So it's not a heavily amenitized market. It can be a great way to boost revenue. If you guys are interested, rewind, go back and listen to the podcast episode where we talked about the bedroom count and occupancy and revenue based upon bedroom count in Austin, Texas. Put these two episodes together. It can be a great way to really give you a head start if you're investing in that market. And if you guys need any help finding your next profitable Airbnb or setting it up, reach out to my partner Taylor at STR Search or reach out to me at STR Cribs. We'd love to help you guys get your next profitable short-term rental. Tune in this Friday, guys. We'll have another guest speaker. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave us some reviews. Follow us on social media, and we appreciate you being the best part of the STR investing community.